children's choir, but the restraining order against me has really held me back. That's the joke, but
All right. Okay, let us know. Okay, well, welcome back. Thanks, Stephen, for doing that. So I'm not sure if Stephen's competing because he needs to record that song, or if he's a mentor for the Superstars contest. But anyway, sounded great. It's really to be able to do a cappella like that and pull it off.
Wow. Was that a cappella? Because I heard a little beat in there. I heard some beatboxing, some hip hopping beat, boom, boom.
That was
boom. Was that hip hop? No. Steve's hip hop version.
Well, we'll see what the we'll see what the produced version ends up with when he ends up recording that once the restraining order is lifted. Okay.
If you need a paralegal.
Now we're just getting back. Are you a paralegal?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
I didn't even know that, Lisa.
I'm going to sue your butt. No, just joking.
All right. Well, I'll have to pick your brain later. Okay. We're going to continue the conversation about the mutual responsibility. We got Barbara Mercer here. Barbara, great to have you on the show. Great to see you.
Great to see you, Hugh. Thank you for having me again.
Well, it's always great to have you on the show, and thank you for the book of the poetry that you released last year. It's
You're very
much
welcome.
appreciated. So now what's your, I was a little bit surprised actually when I saw you were involved in the roundtable discussion, because I didn't know that you were really, so involved in these kind of global issues.
It's so amazing. I've just had Encore Painting Limited paint the old wood on the outside of my house because it was falling apart. And one of the painters was Patrick Legault. And while he was painting my front door, we had a conversation. And he said, we actually agreed on many things.
Mm-hmm.
We were simpatico,
Mm-hmm.
nice young man. And so he said they were looking for one more person on the panel, for the round table.
Mm-hmm.
And would I be interested? And I said, I'd like to think about it.
Yeah.
I thought about it overnight and received the invitation before I'd finished thinking about it. and said, yes, of course, this is important. Yes, I would like to. Except that I don't really know what I can contribute. What I'm trying to do is contribute to my community and anyone who will smile at me on the street in Cabbagetown by doing my books, my poetry.
Well, it sounds like probably like a lot of people, you're living your life, you're doing your art, you're doing your life as best as you can be, and you see that there are problems, and you're not sure what you can do about them, but you're willing to participate in a conversation like is going to happen tonight.
Yes, and also I'd like to hear others' views in a relaxed conversation. I want to hear what other people are thinking as well.
Well, okay, so now what do you think some of the biggest problems are when you look around the world? Like, what are some of the issues that really concern you?
Well, greed, lack of respect for others' beliefs, and humanness, all of those things that you've mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned about them too. And the struggle that everyone is going through. There's a lot of depression.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad because it could be beautiful if we just respected each other's needs and talents. And it's not like that. It seems to be all money.
Is it getting worse? I mean, you've been around longer than some of us,
Yes,
and
yeah.
And
have you
you're-
seen a change over the years?
Oh, yes.
From what
Oh,
have you
yes.
seen? How have you seen things change?
I've seen it with people who pretend that money isn't interesting to them, that they don't need money. But in actual fact, it's a guise. And when you are close with them, you find out that's what their real goal is. It's the money. And these are not poor people that I'm talking about. I just had a situation like that. But what is happening, I found with creative people, musicians especially, and myself, we're sharing our talents and not asking for money. And it's quite wonderful. And this is totally different to what I've had in the past while.
So you're working with, these are, a group of younger people, for the most part, that and Patrick, who you ran into painting your house. Are you finding a new spirit among some of the young people that you're working with?
Well, actually, the people I'm working with are not that young. I have 2 new musicians. The last musician you met.
Right.
Yes, and our idiosyncrasies got in the way of really creating joyfully.
I see.
And so I have 2 new musicians. They're performing at Pride, and they're older. We all have gray hair.
I got to ask you, though, Barbara, because here you are, a nice person, concerned about the issues, and yet your idiosyncrasies got in the way with your partner who you were doing music with, and it's saying, that is the human condition, right? We're going to have differences of opinion. Relationships are going to start, they're going to begin, they're going to flourish, and they're going to end at some point. Like, is there any, does the human condition allow for a situation where we are going to be able to overcome a lot of these issues? Because a lot of these issues are hitting the wall now.
I don't know how. I don't know how. I just know what I can do day by day with my life.
Okay.
And I don't know. What I'm finding, though, is that more people are interested in poetry than I ever imagined, which is quite wonderful.
Isn't it like an escape? I know when I write poetry, it's my therapy, my escape of expression. It's like you have one mind of thought that is so locked into the realities of the things that you've got to deal with. And then you have the other mind of thought that says, let me take it into a lyrical and creative form, into a beautiful form that I can feel and enjoy in a more pleasurable state. And even though I notice that you write about different issues in here, it's almost like a prayer that you're asking for something beautiful to come out of each and everything that you write.
Yes. Nature and, human beings.
The love, right?
It's love.
Yes.
It's admiration, it's sharing, it's... and I can do that only in my own small life. I don't know how to do it with the rest of the world. How
do you find it a challenge? I noticed that you lived in Cambridge. You were born in Cambridge, Ontario. Do you find that there's like these potholes in life where people stop and realize what the value is really? We're talking about money earlier. You say that people are all about the money. That's one value compared to the value of life.
Yes.
As you've gone through your stages to where you are now, where was it for you that you acknowledged that difference between the value of money and the value of life?
Probably when I wasn't earning very much money. And it was, I had to face the fact, because of my career, that I was never going to earn much money, and the value of life was creating something to share with someone else, whoever would be around.
And it didn't matter that economically these changes in your life occurred. This was what meant more to you at that point.
Yes, it meant more for me to be able to paint and write poetry and share it than getting money for it, than selling my paintings in a marketplace, or even selling my book, which I do, but but it's only to pay for the publishing.
How do you find the artists are dealing with that now? You're seeing young artists coming out who are thinking about, I want to make it big and make money.
Oh,
How do you talk to them about those differences that you've learned?
I really can't talk to them about those differences. I know some like that, some artists, and that's what it's all about.
They have to
for them.
experience it?
Yeah, and I can understand that, because it is a difficult life, being an artist, being a musician, a writer, and it is difficult. So they do need money, and then there are the artists who have families to support, and yes, it's hard. Hard.
Okay, Barbara. Well, the conversation at the Roundtable is starting at 7:30 tonight. Is there anything that you are going to be bringing to the table for people there to consider?
I don't know what I can bring. That's the thing. I'm there probably just to listen, to learn. I don't really know.
Well, you know, there's probably a lot of people that are in that boat. So it's probably very useful to have you in that mindset at the table, because there's a lot of people out there that know there's a problem, want to do something about it, may not have any idea of what they can contribute, but you never know. Maybe in that conversation, a great idea will emerge.
Yes, well, just meeting Patrick Legault, the painter, who did a fabulous job on the old wood on my house, by the way.
Yes.
What a refreshing experience to meet a young man who is so serious about changing the way we're living these days.
Yes.
Okay, Barbara, I would just want to I want to thank you again for bringing the book Rooted in Cabbagetown. Thanks for bringing this. And if people want to they can come and see you tonight at 7:30 at Ryerson, 379 Victoria Street. But if people want to maybe follow up with you, is there a place where do you have a website or something where people can find out?
I have a
about the book?
website.
Okay.
It's www.barbaraemercer.com. And they can purchase them at the Arts and Letters Club.
Okay.
They take a nice percentage.
Well,
But it's not about the
they
money.
need the money too.
No, it isn't about the money.
That's fantastic. You have a beautiful spirit, Barbara, by the way.
Thank you. So
Really
have
beautiful.
you. And so has Hugh. Of course, I'm madly in love with Hugh.
Thank you, Barbara. It feels good to be loved.
You got love.
All right, Barbara. Thanks, and we'll see you again. I'm
Okay.
sure sometime soon, even if we don't anticipate it. Like I
Yes.
would have never expected this.
I
So thanks
know.
for coming on the
Yeah.
show
I
again
was
today.
surprised as well. Incredible. I want to sign that for you.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
So
who
we're
we
gonna
got?
take a little break while Barbara signs the book, and there's a
Thank
pen, and we're gonna come back with Eric Hellman and continue this conversation. We're gonna he's a communications coach, writer, and consultant, and
I'm
we're
going to
looking
ask
forward to
him
that.
how they make the mayonnaise. I need to know the secret.
And who do we have coming up next? Max Brand is coming up right now, and we're looking forward to that. And Liquid Lunch will continue with Eric Hellman
Yummy.
right after this.
Yum, yum.
I like the way you walk. I like the way you talk. I like the way you smile. I'll be there in just a while, 'cause I really want you, baby. I like the way you move. It really gets me through the groove. I like the way you touch. To me, it really means so much, 'cause I really want you, baby. Oh, I need you, honey. Oh, I need you, sweetheart. Oh,